Welcome to Hard Traveling Geeks, a Traveler 5 actual play podcast presented by Geek at Arms. This is Season 1, The Brothers of Farbauti. Last time, your not quite tightly scripted plan to escape the prison hulk known as the Gash went into effect. You mostly just stood around while things happened around you, but you did at least provide enough of an edge to the other prisoners that you weren't overwhelmed by the guards. In the end, the maintenance robot that Lunt reprogrammed took control of the supply shuttle, and you all managed to get aboard only moments before the last of the prisoners holding back the guards went down under the the stun sticks. I can say that. Joining you in your escape are Lincoln Lunt, the pirate Vedran Dolson, the mysterious woman Wilavna, Kulayan the Aslan, and Scott Skarosh, whose personality has been supplanted by the artificial intelligence that once ran the Gash. Thanks to the sabotage performed by a robot reprogrammed by Migrant, the Gash was unable to radio the local naval base about the prison break, and you made a carefully encrypted transmission to let Hannah know that you were free before rocketing away from the Hulk. A couple hours later, you received a return transmission detailing the location of a jump-capable transport. Through some clever use of airtight shipping containers, you were able to use the two vac suits in the shuttle to get everyone aboard your new armed merchant transport, the Sharptooth. Your immediate concerns were getting the ship powered up and making coffee. Meanwhile, the three criminals' priority was finding the ship's lockers and arming themselves. Lunt, Dolson, and Wilavna each took a laser pistol and then began scouting the vessel. Jace settled down at the navigation console and started looking at the star map. You had a little conference about your best options for getting away and decided to stay off the busy X-boat route to Bukin and Ferry. Jace instead calculated a route to Menorb with the intention to continue to Lousy. You're hoping to jettison Will and Dolson at one of those two worlds. Obviously, though, you need to stick to Lunt if you hope to get him to lead you to the Brothers of Farbauti. Kulayan wants to return to his home world, but that's all the way on the other side of the sector and it may not be on your way. As for Scott, I don't know what your plans are. Once you were safely in Jump, you divvied up the staterooms among yourself. Kevin spent some time socializing with Lunt. He didn't learn anything useful yet, but he did lay the groundwork for future interactions. Kulayan, as expected, has been largely keeping to himself. He set up a sort of tent in the cargo hold, using bedsheets that had been intended for the Gash. It's essentially a blanket fort. There was enough room in those cargo containers that not everything had to be dumped, so there's ample food and water, as well as various other sundries. Vedran and Wilavna seem to be enjoying one another's company. At least they spend a lot of time together. At first, Scott just sat on his bed and stared at the wall, but at some point, Vedran and Will seem to have evicted him and taken over his room. He now sits in the galley staring at the wall and sleeps on the curved bench in there. And that brings us to now. As I mentioned in the last episode at the end, you'll probably want to inspect this new ship of yours. You have plenty of time to do so while in Jump, but I'll give you some of the high points that you've noticed immediately. Kazana. As a well-trained merchant steward, the number one issue confronting you immediately is that it is a pigsty. Whoever owned this ship before you was evidently a complete slob. The galley is filthy. You really don't know if you want to eat anything that's been prepared on surfaces in there. Some of the devices work, sometimes. And likewise, none of the bedding appears to have been washed in quite a long time. Prison seems downright hygienic in comparison. Any thoughts on what you'd like to do about it?
I want to wash my own bedding first.
All right.
Yeah, and I need to think about my pattern. But I imagine I'm going to start clearing for myself more or less slowly.
All right. The bridge and engineering are at least in reasonably good shape, but there have been a few aftermarket modifications that were made with varying levels of success. The pilot's console was obviously the pride and joy of the Sharptooth's previous owner. It's well-crafted and pleasant to operate. It's also bigger than it strictly needs to be. Must have been some kind of a status symbol for the captain. The extra footprint has created crowding in the rest of the bridge. The computer console is too close to the laser gunnery seat, so the two chairs bump into one another, and they can't both be occupied at the same time. The navigator's console seems to have actually been cut down to make room for the oversized pilot station. One of the side panels is removed, and there are components that are physically bent where they press against the side of the larger console. Someone seems to have spilled something on the missile control panel. The buttons are all sticky. Anybody have any thoughts on that situation?
Sticky. Is it a food product? And if so, can I tell what food product?
Well,
Give me a roll of some kind.
Your ship's chef, probably.
I don't.
Can I use steward?
Sounds fine to me. Make it
know.
just an average steward roll.
Yeah. Try it with intelligence, I guess.
Makes sense.
Let's see.
You said it was the pilot's console that was all sticky?
The missile control.
Nope.
No, it just smells like it was probably been there for a while. You don't have any idea what it might have been, but it was probably some kind of a beverage.
Yeah, this is grosser than I thought.
Roxor's very good nose. On the other hand, he thinks that it's some kind of a sweet drink, the equivalent of a soda.
It was an orange soda.
But it makes it so you have to like really push. Go ahead.
It was a very good year for that orange soda.
It's a fine vintage. You have to like really push the buttons, and then they tend to stick down, and you have to kind of like pull them to get them to come back up.
Yeah, we've all had a friend with a laptop like that, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And which console? This is the pilot, you said?
This is the missile control console.
Oh, missile control. All right.
So if you get in a fight, the consequence of it is the missiles will be a little bit more difficult to use than they otherwise would be.
I thought it would be enhancing multi-fire.
Well, you want to make sure that your turret's pointed the right direction before you multi-fire. So then down in engineering, the engineering console is even better looking and easier to operate than the pilot's. It's too bad about that pipe coming off the power plant right overhead. Makes it difficult for an average height human to lean forward over the controls. And speaking of the power plant, it looks to be an advanced model that was designed for an entirely different class of ship. It's efficient, but the layout is problematic. It'll probably be difficult to work on both the maneuver and jump drives because power systems are in the way. Kevin, you've spent some time poking around in the rather cramped medical bay. As you can see, it's pretty small. The equipment seems well made, but the UX design on that console is awful. For starters, every bit of text is in an italic font with no hinting. After an hour of looking at it, you have the urge to prescribe yourself some meds for the headache. It also takes way more button presses to get anything done. Oh, Kevin's not here. Well, I'm going to go ahead and give this narration anyway because I've got it in my notes.
I was enjoying that part of the story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, here I was. I was assuming it was podcast kayfabe.
That's right. We'll edit his responses in later. I'll just pull some off of one of the other recordings.
The listeners don't have to know he's not here. He's just not going to respond or say anything.
Make sure you put a couple of the giggles in.
Right. So it takes more button presses to get anything done than's reasonable, and they really shouldn't put buttons to dispense sedatives and stimulants right next to each other. So is there anything that you want to attempt to do while you're in jump to address any of this, or wait until you're on the ground and can look at it with like actual real tools and stuff?
Oh, there are no like real tools on board?
Well, you've got your typical engineering tools, but you'd have more resources in an actual shipyard or whatever. Although the planet you're going to is just a Class C starport, so the facilities aren't going to be fantastic.
And if we were pirates, I would say that also means they're not going to be very well guarded. But we're not pirates.
Not yet, anyway.
One of us is.
Well, not officially.
Yeah, we're all just officially fugitives, I guess, right? This would be the word.
Mm-hmm.
So in addition to tidying up my immediate environs and fully working out, Mess suggests that maybe something would have been forgotten. So I want to sift through the filthiest part of the ship.
Oh, interesting.
Just to see if there's any clues about who was here before us.
All right.
Forgotten tidbits.
Go ahead and give me a formidable steward roll.
Okay. I don't even know how possible this is. We'll find out. Nope.
Oh,
It is not possible, apparently.
Not for me.
in fact, you lost a couple.
Not with 3 5s and a 6.
In fact, you lost something you just had with you.
So, no, you don't find anything particularly noteworthy other than just places with especially bad sludge.
Great.
Yeah.
Great.
Sandwich that looks like it's been there for a while. At least a couple of parsecs. All right, well then, there's nothing else. Jace, what kind of entry did you want to make to Menorb? As has been pointed out, you are fugitives, but if things went the way you think they did in Pixie, you have at least a day, maybe up to 3 or 4, ahead of the fastest news that could travel, because there is no FTL communication. So, and every ship has to spend the same amount of time in jump. So at best, the Navy is at least a day behind you. So if you want to pop in, right on top of the planet, you could get there within 4 hours of planetfall, because it's a small star, and so the jump limit's pretty close to the planet. The consequences of that would be that you would not be able to hide your entrance to the system. Everybody would see the jump flash. Or you could try a stealthy approach, which would take you longer to get there, but you would be possibly able to approach the planet without being detected.
How much longer are we talking?
Well, if you jump into the shadow of one of the other planets, you'd hide the jump flash from direct observation from the planet and starport. It'd take you a day or so to get to the planet, and you might still be picked up by other ships or sensors elsewhere in the system. Or you could try to be extra sneaky and jump into the outer system, where there would be virtually no chance that anyone would detect you, but it would take you 5 days to reach planetfall. And of course, you'd still have to be careful not to break stealth on approach.
Yeah. Or we could jump onto the other side of the sun from the planet so they wouldn't see it. Could we jump, if we had it timed and aimed right, directly between the planet and the sun, so the sun itself would hide the jump flash?
No, the planet is inside the 100 diameter limit of the star, but just barely.
Okay.
The closest you can get is 4 hours away. And trying to hide your jump flash in the star is a good idea, but the planet's just too close to the star for that.
Okay.
Hey, crew, how much time are we actually willing to spend on this planet?
I would think just enough to supply up anybody who wants to jump and go to their own devices. This is as good a port as any. It's a little backwater, so probably might not be their first searching spot.
And nobody knows we're missing yet. There's a chance they don't even know who we are on this planet to begin with.
Yeah.
I'm feeling like the regular 4-hour one is fine. Just to get planetside in 4 hours, so we can just be done and get out of here before they even know who we are.
How common are visitors here? I mean, do they only get a jump flash once every 3 months, and this would be big news among the locals?
No, based on the what could be recollected by, I think it was Migrant, who knew a little bit about this world. It's a fairly busy port. It ships out a lot of agricultural products in bulk. Most of the traffic is very large merchant transports, but smaller ships like yours aren't, out of the ordinary.
Okay. Yeah, I think we can do without stealth. The speed is probably more of our ally at this point.
Yeah. I agree.
All right. Well, then, when the exit rumbles finish, you appear in system, just pretty darn close to that planet. It was a really good astrogation roll, and an easy one. So, as expected, you're in the flight pattern within 3 hours, and on your way down to the surface. They've got a very regimented and strict flight control system. They give you a definite flight path and lead you right down to the surface. However, as you're coming in, Jace, you discover that while the pilot's console is really nice in normal flight, as soon as you hit the atmosphere and you turn on the lifters, it is glorious. These lifters are extremely responsive and just a joy to fly.
Oh, it's Jace flying?
In fact,
going to be the pilot.
While you're in a gravity well, your piloting rolls are at +6.
Wow.
When you're not in a gravity well, however, that uneven power system, it feeds the maneuver drive unevenly, and the shimmy gives you a -1 to piloting rolls when you're not approaching a planet. So you get down to the surface, and who's going to handle dealing with the bureaucracy down here? Because there's quite a lot of it.
Roxar.
All right. We'll take care of it.
I don't think that's really a question with this crew.
Yeah.
All right. So a sharply but garishly dressed Vargur appears on your screen and explains to you that the starport fees are going to amount to 2,000 credits per day for the berth. 1,000 of that is the base rate, plus there's an administrative fee and then a legal compliance fee. If you want extra security for your ship, it's an additional 1,000 credits per day. That'll provide ID verification to access to a secure pad. And then for fuel and supplies, they only have raw fuel available at 100 credits per ton. This ship, by the way, requires 40 tons, so it'll cost a total of 4,000 credits to fill her up.
Okay.
You do, however, have a fuel processor, so you can refine the raw fuel into processed fuel yourself.
Okay. Didn't actually think about money before landing. I assumed that all of my assets from before were frozen or something like that.
Well, since your arrest was kind of a sham, you can probably assume that if you're willing to, flag your ID here, you can get access to your funds, but you won't be able to say, no, I was never there, because you withdrawn money.
Right.
Yeah, they'll be able to, once they get word who we are, they're gonna know who we are right away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So at first I was wondering, do I want to even be the face man here, because there's a chance I'm going to be recognized, especially with my fame score of 20, whatever it was. 20.
That's true.
But if the only way we can actually get money is to use my ID and get to my accounts, unless we have a ship full of prisoners and guns, and we'll we can find money a different way. But I would rather not.
Right, I was going to say that you probably have other options for finding money with the resources you have.
Right, but I don't want to draw any more attention to us than we have to. So instead, I'll just draw a whole bunch to me instead of everybody. So I'll go ahead and. Is there a limit on how much I can take out per day or anything like that?
Nope, your entire wallet's available to you.
Okay. All right. So the 2,000 plus an extra 1,000 for additional security, and fill up all the tanks.
All right, so that's going to be a total of 7,000 credits for starport services.
All right. 7,000, you said?
Yep. Now, it's going to take at least a few hours to get everything squared away and the tanks filled up and the
definitely
fuel processed. And matter of fact, the fuel processor only goes at a rate of 1 hour per ton. So you're going to be here for 40 hours. You could technically get off the planet in 3, but you can't jump out until you have the entire thing done.
Oh, we have to have a full tank to jump?
Yeah. You can only...
Or full in process?
You need the 37 tons to make the jump, and then 3 tons is operational fuel for flying around.
All right. The other option would be if there is something available to make a swap. Like, hey, I like that ship you've got over there. That kind of thing. But,
I like the ship.
Yeah, the odds of something on... it'd be a shame if something happened to it, right? But the odds of finding a good ship on a farm world here are pretty darn slim. Mm-hmm. So I really don't think we're going to find something like that. So, all right, 40 hours. Once I get all this stuff figured out, I head back to the ship and let everybody know the deal. All right, I'm paying for the services, the extra security. We're going to have full tanks, but we're going to be here 40 hours. What is the local day time? Is it 24 hours-ish?
Well, this planet's a little funny that way. It doesn't actually have any days because it's tidally locked. Let's go ahead and show you the planetary map here, if I can manage to work Roll20 properly. So you've got this green stripe.
Mm-hmm.
That is the temperate area of this planet that is kind of in the twilight zone where the sun is always low on the horizon. The center brown area is baked lands. It's really hot there all the time because the sun never sets. Mm-hmm. And opposite, it's always frozen. And you are here in the Star Town.
They have a temple?
So basically, we have all of the Star Wars planets right here on one planet.
Yes, and it's an extremely, well, it's not extremely small, but it's a pretty small planet, and it's got over 1 billion people on it, all packed into that longitudinal stripe.
The green stripes, yeah. Okay.
So it's pretty thickly populated, and these cities are more arcologies than cities.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it means it's easy for us to get lost in the crowd.
Yes.
Unfortunately, with having 1 billion people all in a narrow stripe, makes it more likely that one or more of us might get recognized.
And it also bears mentioning that everybody, well, not everybody, but most of the people that you saw coming and going from the Port Warden's office are Vargur. You saw a few humans, but they were mostly in menial activities. So it looks like the Vargur are the dominant population on this world.
Okay, and what are the Vargurs again?
The Vargur are essentially dog people.
Okay.
These particular Vargur apparently like very bright colors and ostentatious decoration. You got a little bit of a headache by the time you get back to the ship just because you saw so many different bright colors all in one place, all jangling in your eyesight, vying for attention.
Okay. What language do they speak natively?
Mostly they speak Anglic.
Okay.
This is definitely an imperial world. Probably, in their own households, a lot of them might speak whatever the Vargur ancestral tongue is. I don't remember.
Okay.
It's on your character sheet, I'm sure.
All right. What is their stance toward Aslan? Dogs and cats living together, mass chaos?
It's hard to say. The fact that humans seem to be a second-class citizen suggests they might be a little bit racist around these parts. Mm-hmm. But Kulayan doesn't really seem... Actually, he does seem interested enough in getting out to the local Lone Star, which is kind of the generic term for the starport hangout, casual bar, lounge, because they'll have food for him.
True. Okay. All right, that sounds good. We'll let the cat off the leash.
as though you could stop him if you decided to make an issue of it.
Exactly. right, so we have I'm paid for the extra security, but I would like to have at least one of us on board at all times, and we can run that in shifts, 4 hours at a time, let's say.
And by one of you, I presume you mean you, the PCs, not
Yes.
not counting Lunt, Will, and Vedran.
Yeah, Kislane, I think I trust him well enough.
Yeah, and I want to use the opportunity that Roxor's off the ship dealing with paperwork to
change the command codes and take
prep food and try to get an idea via that of what people's sentiment towards the planet and what their plans are. Is anybody else looking eager to leave the ship and do business? Not for the whole 40 hours, obviously, but in the first couple.
Dolson and Willavna seem really eager to get out there and actually, spend time among people who aren't wearing jumpsuits.
Right.
And possibly find something other than jumpsuits to wear.
Well, did you say there were some changes of clothing on board?
Yes, there are. They're pretty musty. Although I'm sure Kazuna probably did some laundry.
Yeah. And on a farm world, I guess they probably expect musty for the clothes.
Probably.
Yes, and anything's better than looking like you just broke out of jail.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of additional info here. As long as you're inside the starport, there's no problem with carrying small arms around. If you try to leave the star town, they won't let you carry your weapons openly. The pistols are small enough that if you had a shoulder holster and a jacket, you could hide them. And the local law won't. They may be mistrustful, but it's not against the law to carry them that way. But the long guns would have to stay behind. And again, that's only if you leave the starport. I'll also point out that you do have a sizable cargo hold. If you wanted to try and buy some goods or arrange some freight or something, you could do that.
Yeah. Do we have somebody who's good at? What would the skill be for that? For arranging a cargo shipment deal of, hey, if you need something transported over to here, kind of thing.
Well, that would be a freight contract, and that generally uses the liaison skill.
Okay.
And the rule for that is
decently.
I'd roll flux, and then plus the population of the world, which is 9, times 3, and then add the liaison skill. And that determines how many tons are available each day. Payment is made upon delivery, and the destination has to be disclosed prior to picking it up. Obviously, because they don't want to just, hey, I've got a ton of freight to send to wherever you happen to be going.
Yeah, ship this to someplace and tell me what's there. Okay. So I'll consider doing that. But then, if the jig is up and we're known as fugitives here, I don't want to have our destination already known to people.
Mm-hmm.
Or, of course, we might just get lost somewhere along the way and not deliver it. But that's definitely not a plan A kind of thing.
The other option is cargo, which you would just buy some goods here and hope to be able to sell them elsewhere.
Yeah.
And that would use the trader skill. The trouble with that is that customarily, a merchant that you buy stuff from has 4 days to deliver it to you. You can pay an extra premium at 10% per day to shorten that.
Okay, so unless it's, here in the starport at the usual, tourist markup, we're not going to make really any profit off of that. If we want to get some actual wholesale type things, we have to wait a good while.
Yeah, you'd have to spend a little bit of time.
Yeah. Although we are going to be here the equivalent already of almost 2 full days.
Yep.
So they would only be waiting, 1 or 2 more days, but that's getting pretty risky. Okay. I want to make sure that while we're here, we all do get a nice couple changes of clothes and bedding. Get some some nice food stock going.
All right, so I presume, Roxor, since you're accessing your accounts, you'll get personal message deliveries.
Oh, yeah.
So upon checking in, you got a message from Inope stating that you've been recalled to deal with urgent local matters. And that message comes from your fiancé. And urgent local matters is in quotation marks.
How long ago was that sent?
It's been about a month. I'd say probably.
Okay.
Maybe probably more like 6 weeks, given that there's no expo route here.
Mm-hmm.
And that urgent local matters, you think, is probably a euphemism for she just really wants to see you.
That was my guess.
Yeah.
Got to stop back home and refresh the missus. Yeah.
Anybody else want to check in with their true identities?
I don't want to check in with my identity, but I want to see if there's any news about Troitska.
Ah, interesting. No news about Troitska, but you do find some information that Bazin Durana is expected to be traveling nearby within the year. She's going to be at Ifate in just a couple of months.
And was that one of the systems we looked at last time?
Yeah, it is just to the right of Lousy, the one that you were
so it's real
aiming
close.
for.
Cool.
So if Troitska is still associated with Bazin, then she might also be traveling that direction.
Okay. And we're a moderate distance from Regina, right?
Yeah, it was much faster getting there on the Luru because it's jump 4.
Yeah.
But it's down that direction, so it's a bit of travel for you to get back that way in only jump 2.
Each hex jump is a week?
For you, it's a week for a double, for 2 hexes.
Okay.
You can travel 2 at a time.
Okay. And while we were in jump, I'm sure that we all checked over our own departments, technology and equipment-wise, that kind of stuff. So if we have any hardware type needs, this would be the right time to pick them up, depending on what's available here and the quality.
Well, if you wanted to go ahead and make those maintenance rolls, you've got, let's see, ship systems. The hull, you probably don't need to worry about maintenance on that. Although now that you're on the ground and you can go out and look at the thing, you can see that it's exceptionally well made. It's the panels are some kind of a metallic crystal composite. They're lightweight, really strong, and you've got 3 layers of armor. This is a very tough little ship. You got the landing gear, the lifters, power plant, maneuver drive, jump drive, life support, the computer, all the consoles, fuel scoops and purifier, the lasers and missiles, air raft, sensors and communicator. I mean, if you wanted to look over everything, it would take quite a bit of time.
Yeah, well, I figure we looked over some of that stuff on the ride over.
Well, that was why I gave you that time and asked you, hey, is there anything you want to be looking at or addressing during the jump? And the only person who did any cleaning was Kazuna.
All right. I kind of took it as assumed is that we would, at least inspect the things that we are mostly responsible for. Okay.
Well, if you want to back up and say you have done that, then you just need to make kind of prioritize which ones that you wanted to be looking at and make some skill rolls.
Yeah. Well, first, for me, the piloting console will be the thing I'd be mostly interested in.
Okay.
It sounds like that is pretty darn good already, but that was average.
Well, in order to evaluate it with your pilot skill, it'll be a difficult roll for three dice.
Okay.
But since an additional die can't possibly make that 12 less than 0,
right. I will have, at worst, only 6 successes. Yeah.
Right. You evaluate the quality of it at positive 4. So its reliability isn't going to be downgraded for 4 years or so.
All right, excellent.
It does give a +1 to piloting at all times. It's the power plant that's causing the problem for the general piloting roles. And what is your mechanic roll for?
Just general mechanical systems.
Okay. We'll call that not really a general mechanical systems, but we'll call that the power plant. It's the closest we can get. It's got a quality rating of 2. It'll need to be maintained every 2 years. And as I said, it was in top quality when it was originally installed, but that was on a different ship. And it was salvaged and put on this one, replacing the original power system. And even though it's smaller than the old plant, it doesn't fit in the space very well. So it takes up more space than it ought to. And it doesn't interface with the rest of the ship's systems very well. So you get occasional brownouts.
Right. And aspiration, is that a console, or is that more just a skill?
What was that? I missed the first part of that.
The astrogation?
Astrogation, that's the navigator's console.
Okay.
And was that 3 dice? Yes, it was.
Yeah.
All right, so it's got a quality rating of -1, which means you'll need to be taking a look at it monthly, probably mostly because the panel is off. So gunk gets in there. And it's obvious that for all the care that went into the pilot seat, the astrogator was a second-class citizen. Console is made of flimsy materials, and the pilot's console is, of course, crowding into its space because it's oversized.
Yeah. Okay.
Fortunately, on this boat, the pilot and the astrogator are the same person, so he only has to be mad at himself.
Yep. And,
So I'm a first-class, second-class citizen. Gotcha.
I think that's probably all the time that Roxor is going to have to be working on things. Does anybody else want to make maintenance rolls on anything?
Would fluidics and photonics enter into this?
Fluidics would be useful for analyzing the fuel systems, but you don't really have any more time.
Okay.
Analyzing 3 systems in a week is quite a lot of work.
Okay. And we figure our doctor will evaluate the med bay for us.
Probably. Someday when he arrives.
And he basically checked everything I would check too, so.
Okay. You have electronics, though, don't you?
No.
Or is that somebody else?
I think that was Migrant.
Migrant has electronics.
That's why he's waving.
Oh, all right.
Smile, John.
Migrant, you want to go ahead and make an electronics roll for us there? Scott can give the computer a once-over.
Just because he used to be a computer doesn't really mean he knows anything about them.
Yeah, we wouldn't want to get him all flirty and everything.
I stand by that he does, to a degree, being as he communicated with us through little robot friends.
Yeah, he's got that computer neural link built into his head.
That is a good point. We'll give him 10. Wow. Scott evaluates the computer as having a quality rating of +2, which means it'll need to be serviced every 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
He says it's relatively advanced, works well. The only real problem is that the console is right behind one of the gunnery station, and there's not enough space for both chairs.
Yeah, it's awkward, but it's a good one.
So Scott can stand at one of the stations, and then somebody else can stand at the other station. Go, Scottbot.
And who's our gunner?
I think the only person who has any gunnery skill is Migrant. He's mostly focused on shields, but it comes with basic... and I think anybody can operate a turret.
Yeah, gunner screens. You're right.
Okay, yeah, just want to make sure that, give it your expert once-over, on our week-long trip here to see how things are. You don't want to find out that, oh no, the torpedo tubes haven't been cleaned out and they're all rusty and weird, and they'll probably blow up when we try to shoot anything and whatnot.
No, it'll just throw all that out with the bomb, with the missile, and it just makes it at least like a dirty bomb. It's all good.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
you if you would like to evaluate them, it's a difficult roll on gunner.
Oh, sure I can.
Or else the torpedo launchers are so powerful that the torpedo stays there, but it actually launches the ship backwards.
Well, it's all relative.
Yeah. It's the Wile E. Coyote method.
Gunner consoles. Where are the actual turrets? There they are. All right, effective 3. You're looking at the missile turret.
Yes.
All right, it's got a quality of +2, so it needs maintenance every 2 years. It does have some advanced telemetry features built in. They completely nullify the crappy console. So the net of the console plus the really good missile turret is +0 to gunnery. Would you like to also evaluate the lasers?
For sure.
Same roll.
Same roll. Okay.
Okay. Quality rating of +1. They'll need maintenance every year. They're well made, but poorly mounted. The cupola has a bit more range of movement than it actually needs, so it's technically possible for the ship to shoot itself.
Okay.
There's also some risk of the barrel of the laser smacking against the ship's belly.
But that could come in handy.
It could. You never know.
All right. Is that a +0 to
Yeah, +0 for ease of use.
ease of use? Okay.
And the laser console, though, is -1 because of that crowding problem.
Yeah. So I could just use some type of fun maneuver to bump Scott, push a button, and then back up as he comes back in again. Is what you're saying.
Yes, it would require you to make a fighter roll in addition to your gunner roll every turn.
Oh, well, I wasn't going to punch him in the back of the head. I just was going to bump him with my hip.
Yeah, like slow dancing with lasers.
Yes.
Slow dance with lasers.
Yes.
Or put you on a lazy Susan and just spin around and push your console once it's your turn to spin.
Well, the last time I talked to Susan, she was not lazy. So, there's that.
Is there a way to make the consoles detachable? Like we all have our own portable, gaming joysticks for our console, sort of, and sit wherever you want to on the bridge.
Yes, you could do that. You'd have to essentially replace the console. I'm not entirely certain how much that would cost, but you'd be increasing the tech level of the console to install a new one.
Okay. All right. Doesn't sound like something we're going to do here on Dirt World.
No, probably not. You'd want to know that you had a good engineer doing that kind of thing, which is not what any of you are.
Yeah.
All right.
Check with our other passenger to see if anybody would like to permanently disembark here and find their own way. Since I had to use my actual name to access my accounts, once the news spreads of the escaped prisoners, it won't be long before they know that all of us were here on this world at some point.
Right.
So it might be a good idea for us to split up. So if they catch some of us, they don't catch all of us.
Lunt says, well, now that's a little bit of a problem, see, because you'd have a ship able to go wherever you like, and then whoever's left behind here is, out of luck. So I think we stick with the ship for at least a while and kind of get out ahead of the news if we can.
Well, of course, just wanted to make sure the option was there. If anybody really wants to jump ship, this would be a time to do it. Find some other ship to hire on as under whichever name you feel like using.
Now, your intention, I believe, was to try and
keep lunch with us and let the others kind of fade away whenever they are ready to do so.
Do you want to try and encourage them to do so?
Not yet.
Okay.
Just want to let them know that the option is there if they would like.
All right. So over during the course of just normal social interaction, everybody kind of living real close to each other on board this little ship. Roxor, you catch Will and Vedran speaking to each other in Sagamal. They evidently don't expect anybody else to be able to understand them.
Yep.
You didn't catch very much of the conversation, but it had something to do with wondering, how much it would cost to hire somebody, which is odd since, as far as you know, they don't have any resources to hire somebody with.
Yeah. I won't let on that I speak Sagal. I'll just pay attention to whatever it is I was pretending to pay attention to.
All right. So if you are intending to lift off before, absolutely as soon as you can, then there's not much else to do here except check my calendar.
Yeah, I think that is what I would like to do. Did we decide on a like first officer, or who is right under me to be my radar O'Reilly, or the person who reminds me of the things and generally organizes and steward things?
It's an audio medium, Jace.
He was still talking, so I was letting him finish while volunteering.
Okay, yeah. So you make sure to keep up with the list of the things that we need to do and all that kind of deal. Make sure that we don't forget things, because I'm going to be pulled a lot of different directions.
Thing number 1, kick all the scallywags off the ship. We only need 2 of them. Well, 3 of them if we count Scottbot, but I count Scottbot as part of our crew.
Okay, well, I don't know if we want to kick them off right now.
I'll wait till we're in space for that.
We could do that if there was any kind of trouble. We could even be nice and let them share a crate, I guess.
Here's a nice crate filled full of lots of oxygen. We're just going to push it out this door, but you need to get into it first. We're only asking nicely once.
First I heard crepes. That is very different.
These crepes are filled full of lots of oxygen. Don't worry.
We're going to wrap you in egg and shove you out the airlock. All right.
Great.
So then you exit Menorb, and I need somebody to make a sensors roll.
Sensors.
I do not have sensors.
Neither do I, unless it is part of navigation or astrogation.
Nope, it is a distinct skill. It is part of Jack of Trades.
Okay, yeah. So if nobody else is doing it.
All right, so for Jack of Trades, it's going to be a 4D roll.
All right.
Ooh, nice. All right, so you're accelerating out to the jump point. Well, not the jump point, but to get out of the range of the star so you can make your jump.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess during this 2 days, Jace needs to have been calculating a route to Lousy, assuming that's where you're still going.
Any mods?
It is a average 2D roll this time, and your mod is, as soon as I find the list,
and
+1.
So that's just a 1 and not a +1.
Yes.
Otherwise, it breaks the game. Average.
Okay, you've got a nice route. And since astrogation has to be done actually, before you're making the jump, what kind of approach are you wanting to make to Lousy? Stealthy or standard?
Oh no, we're not going to be ahead of the news anymore.
But
the news never comes
to from here, so they would have to spread the word to as many places as possible.
And it never reached us here. Nobody was looking for us here, but we're also in a podunk town, so.
And the Navy is not limited to jump 2.
Yeah, so they could have spread it faster. Because Lousy's a bigger spaceport than Menorb, right?
Actually, no. It's a Class D port.
Wow.
So it's kind of a crappy place, but that actually does have a higher population
So
on an even smaller planet.
can I roll curiosity to see if it would be more likely to have the Navy reach out to it?
You certainly can. All right. So at some point, it occurred to you to look up the resources of the naval base at Pixie. And from what you saw, it has more than enough ships with long jump capabilities to pretty much blanket everything within 4 parsecs once they decide to spread the news. So all of the planets that you can reach, if they decided to send ships out, they will have gotten there before you.
Yeah, I think we might want to do the stealthy route then.
Okay, super stealth or just a little stealth?
I'm okay with super stealth.
Yeah. Some of this might be a little bit more.
There might be a hanging posse waiting for us.
All right, so you're going to aim for the outer system in Lousy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you've laid in your course, and you're moving to the point and getting your vectors aligned. When you see a rather large jump flash, it's not real close, but it's close enough that you get an easy read on something that looks very familiar. The Luru is now in Menorb. So you've got a battle cruiser.
While we're at it, can we make a super stealthy departure? Evasive maneuvers. Quick,
It's a
go
bit
out
late.
in the hall. Just look like an asteroid.
Anybody with curiosity or insight want to roll?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Unless Insight wants to go because their Insight is one higher than my Curiosity currently.
Would luck help us in this case?
Not until something bad actually happens.
Okay.
See, that's always the way it happens.
Yeah, well, nothing bad is going to happen.
It's really not going to be okay until somebody puts their eye out.
Okay, Red Rider.
Hey, whoa, be careful. That would be Speed Racer to you, not Red Rider.
No, if you're going to put your eye out, that's Red Rider.
Okay, fine. I'm doing the insight roll, if everyone's okay with that. I'll deal with you later, Greg. What are the mods for that kind of roll, Brian, for an insight roll?
No mods, just click the button and it should go.
All right.
Yep. All right, success. Unsurprisingly.
Yay!
The Navy didn't have any idea what ship you're in, so you're probably not in immediate danger.
Okay.
But if they mark you and then, get word down to the planet, find out, hey, well, these people were here and they were in this ship, then they might be able to start tracing you, unless you can do something. If you have any ideas for disguising yourselves or something like that.
Well, I did take out some extra money, so we can just pay credit cash instead of me using accounts from here on for at least a few weeks.
Well, I don't know about disguises since we left our Devo costumes back at the other planet.
Are we?
I'm sure we could whip something up really well. Just whip it, man.
Whip it good. Okay.
Or the creep sets out too long.
Yeah. I sometimes should know better.
And yet you don't.
It's because someone's a whole lot quicker than me. That's why I love him, so it's okay. All right. Okay, so we could cover ourselves in mud, right?
Yeah, and escape from the predator.
Except that doesn't smell like mud.
Oh, okay, then we're not playing in that.
Wait, are we not? We're in space, right?
You're in space.
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't worry, that'll be my crappiest joke of the day.
Yeah. Right. Cover ourselves in space mud. It weighs less than normal mud.
Yeah. Tastes great, just less filling. Okay. So, how? What time? What time frame are we talking, Brian? When you said they could discover us, possibly, maybe. What does that mean?
You've got maybe an hour
What?
between the time that the other ship appeared and the time that you're going to be able to jump away.
That's not enough time for a nap. Okay.
So then this trace, though, maybe I'm just missing the mechanics here, but what does this trace entail? Like, will they be able to tell where we're going? Or...
They might be able to guess where you're jumping to based on the vector that you have when you disappear.
Because it would still take them a week to get the information to other systems.
Right.
Yeah.
And determining where you're going isn't as simple as which direction is their nose pointing.
Right.
Because you're going to vector to try and match your velocity to the relative velocity of another star system. Because everything is moving, relative to one another. So they would still have to be trying to guess. And if the planets or the stars are all kind of moving the same direction, then there would be a lot of slop in them trying to guess where you're going. The bigger problem would be if they could connect this ship's profile to your specific identities, then as the information propagates, eventually law enforcement is going to be able to say, okay, there's that ship that we're looking for, instead of waiting for you to get out of the ship and say, there's those people we're looking for.
Is that not already a bygone conclusion, since Roxor used his name to get the berth?
But you're not the only
planet, and they know that this ship was on the planet, but there are 100 ships a day landing and going. They don't know which one we were on.
I was just wondering if our ship's identity was tied to the purchase that got made.
Chances are they'd be able to connect Roxor to this flight plan, but if the ship's profile somehow did not match here what they see elsewhere, if you had some kind of electronic warfare going on, the ability to change something about the ship so that it's not recognizable to their sensors.
Yes. Jacob knows. Kazana probably does not.
Kazan is probably the least likely person to be able to come up with a plan.
Certainly the pirate would know on the ship, though.
If Jacob whispers in Migrant's ear, then maybe he would come up with something. If you don't have a plan, then I'm just going to go ahead and make my sensors roll.
What do you want to tell me, Jacob, since he's called us both out? Slash the transponder. Okay, Brian, I'm going to slash the transponder codes.
Okay. Changing out the transponder means messing with the computer.
Hey, I mess with computers a lot. Where does this cable go? Oh, right here.
Do you have a computer skill, or are we going to rely on Scott? You do have computers.
I do have computers, and we can rely on Scott. So I have two computers. No, I'm just kidding. Let's see. Yeah, computers in education. Is that good?
Yes. So I want you to make a 2d6 roll, and you're going to be contested against my 2d6 sensors roll.
2d6. All right.
Well, actually, what's your skill?
Oh, crap. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, let me hit...
I rolled really good.
Yeah, okay. Thanks.
I've got snake eyes.
Yeah. Is this easy, difficult? What is it?
Average.
Average, sorry. Yep. All right. 2D, that's right. That's what you told me earlier. There we go.
All right. You are fairly confident that they managed to nab your transponder before you were able to get it swapped. You couldn't get it done in time, but you did a really good job. And when you come out the other side, it's going to be swapped. So the ship that comes out of jump space is not going to be the same one that went in.
Nice.
So with that said, you do actually manage to enter jump, and you're on your way to Lousy.
Woo!
All right, so you got another 7 days in jump. Let me take a look at my notes.
Is there a computer lab that I can investigate and look for some spare parts?
Well, you got the the ship's basic supplies,
Okay.
which has spares for a lot of computer components. Is there anything in particular you're looking for?
I'm looking for a place that would have something like a workbench or possibly an unused console with some inputs and outputs because I want to do a little tinkering, occasionally.
Okay. The most likely candidate for that would be the cargo console down in the cargo bay.
Can you show me the ship's thing again,
Yes, I can.
please? Okay, cargo. All right.
So yeah, your cargo console is not actually marked on here anywhere.
No, it's fine. How visible is that console area? Will I have some privacy?
Yeah, it's kind of it's actually, to be honest, it's kind of in the way,
Oh, okay. Okay.
but there's not really call for anybody to go down there other than Q Lane. Vedran comes down here occasionally to work out,
Okay.
but other than that, nobody else has much business down there. And
So I
Q-Lane
could say
is
it'd possibly be right down here, maybe.
sure.
Okay.
Let's see, we looked at the computer. That's been taken care of. The pilot's console. Engineering. We'll say Kevin looked at the medical console. We looked at the pulse laser and the missile turrets, and that pretty well takes care of that. All right, so you got another 7 days. Go ahead and make a roll to evaluate this console, Migrant.
Okay. All righty. Using computers.
You can use computers if you want to do it at 3D, or you can roll electronics at 2D. It's up to you.
Ooh, I'd like electronics, just to see how fair I would fare, so to speak.
All right. The cargo console is trash. The only reason it still operates at all is because apparently a long time ago, the Freight Master decided to start using paper records instead of relying on it. The location is inconvenient. About the only thing it has going for it is it's got rounded corners, so you're unlikely to injure yourself on it. However, if you're planning on using it as a workstation and dissecting it, maybe you can improve the situation.
Okay.
The consequences of this is that it really needs to be maintained before and after every single use. And if you try to use it in maintaining your cargo or communicating with a broker, you're going to get a -3.
Okay.
See, systems that have not been analyzed yet. The landing gear really need to be worked on while they're down. See, there's the lifters, maneuver and jump drives, life support, fuel systems. You do have an air raft. Nobody's looked at that yet. And then the communicator and the sensor suite. There's 4 different sensors.
Well, it'll actually be hard to get through all the fuel stuff while we are in flight.
You can at least take a look at the scoops and the purifier. They're not actually in use while you're flying.
Okay. All right. Would that be fluidics?
Fluidics works, yeah.
Difficult? 3 dice?
No, this will be average because it's an actual trade skill that's related to the problem.
Right.
Would you like to look at the scoops or the purifier first?
Purifier first.
All right. It's got a quality rating of +2, which means it needs to be serviced every 2 years. It's got some problems. The lines tend to clog up, and it's kind of hard to reach it. You had to do quite a bit of work and take some panels down and crawl around in there to get to it.
Okay.
And I need to make a roll real quick.
And the follow-up roll for the scoops, effective 11.
Okay, fortunately I rolled high on that one, so you don't have to worry about a bad scene. So then the scoops are pretty effective, but they also have a tendency to clog. Clearing them up isn't difficult, but it does take a couple of hours.
Okay.
It's got a quality rating of +3, which means they need to be serviced every 3 years. The ease of use is -1. I don't know what that exactly would apply to because you don't generally need to make rolls while you're scooping fuel, but if it comes up, they're slightly difficult to use.
Okay.
Since you rolled really well on one of those rolls, I'll go ahead and give you the safety rating on the fuel purifier also is -1. When you're working on it, you'll need to take extra care to avoid releasing toxic gases into the cargo hold.
Thank you.
So noted.
Kulian's probably appreciative of that. And migrate when he's working.
Right.
I'd forgotten about the raft. Is that an ACV?
It is not. It is Grav.
It's an air car like the one that we used to chase down our guy.
Yeah. Remember how cool those were and how well that all worked.
Yeah,
great.
I'll take a wistful look at it before realizing that it's powered by strange physics and not air.
You do have the general driver. So as long as you're not like at altitude, which would need the flyer skill, you can operate it.
Yep.
So,
and I'm happy to make repairs on it if I can, but I don't know the layout of it well enough to guess what might need to be done.
Have the grav. You can, however, evaluate it well enough to know that it seems to be one of those mass-produced cheap commuter aircrafts or air rafts that are common on Regina. Not the nice ones like Roxors, but the cheap, crappy ones like the one that Migrant was flying.
So Honda.
Yeah, I was gonna. So what's the hierarchy of vehicles here? So if this is cheap but crappy, I don't know. Not a Toyota, not a space or a hover Toyota.
Right. It's the space equivalent of a
minivan.
Ford Fiesta.
Good.
No luxury features. Never designed to accommodate people in vac suits. And every time it goes through it's not very aerodynamic. So when it goes down through an atmosphere, pieces of it are probably going to start tearing off. Hey now, I actually used to drive a Yugo.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the problem is, if you drive a Pinto, you have to be extra careful to not get rear-ended.
That's why you drive backwards. Just kidding.
My Yugo, I actually had to hold one of the windows closed with a wire wrapped around a pencil because the latch just fell out. And every 6 months or so, I had to go into the cargo area and tighten down the bolts because they just the vibration would rattle them up, and the floor panel would start coming up.
Yeah, you should have seen. I mean, you can tell by my video how big I am, but there were 4 of us in that little Yugo one Saturday. I mean, I was back in after high school, but still, bigger guy. There were 4 of us trying to make it to a basketball game.
They are surprisingly spacious for such a little car.
Yeah, but it sure drag every time we hit a speed bump, man. I mean, just
The back end hitting the ground.
We were dragging metal everywhere. Yeah. Or whatever that was. It may not have been metal. I don't know.
Yeah, but at least there was headroom.
Yes, because we actually pushed the. Yeah.
Yeah, the football team one time thought it was hilarious to go out into the parking lot and turn my car sideways.
That's so unfair.
Could have been worse. They could have, carried it and put it on top of a shed.
Right. Uh-oh. I lost Brian.
Okay, so we were talking about your Yugo of a spaceship here. Or no, you were talking about the Yugo of an air raft. And, it's not your fault. You had to take what the rental company had available. So
on our week in between checking systems and other things, we'll do some more social interacting with the rest of our crew.
All right. Do you have any particular objectives or just some carousing?
I'm just planning on carousing.
Right. With whom?
With each of the crew members one at a time. Sit with a different person at each meal and chat or something like that.
You don't really need to do that with your fellow PCs, so we'll just concentrate on the NPCs. So let me find the personals rules again. All right, so carousing is a 1D. What is your strategy? Casual, enjoyment, discussion, active listening, or appeal to?
Active listening. I want to find out what what their plans are. What kind of things would they like to do? Where do they want to see us go as a group? Or do they see us not being a group?
And for strategies, under active listening, there aren't any available, so your target number of 4 stays put. But you do get some mods based on the 5 laws of personal interaction. Similarity, superiority, inferiority, comfort, and violence is not allowed because you're carousing.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't that kind of bar.
Yeah. Since I'm focusing on the active listening, I'm not sure how comfort could apply. But there's all kinds of similarities that we can find.
Well, comfort is mostly a matter of hospitality. Did you happen to buy something, some good victuals or drinks while you were on
Oh, definitely. Yep. It's going to be refreshing to actually cook with real food again. Looking forward to that.
Oh, yeah. Matter of fact, make a chef roll. If you succeed at an average chef roll, then I will give you the comfort.
Yay, food. Yay, food.
Pretty to fail at an average chef roll. But yeah, effective 10 on my chef read.
All right. So your target number is 6 on 1D, so you are successful at carousing. As a result, any future interactions, and we'll say that this was with all 3 of them, you're just kind of having a little to do in the galley.
Mm-hmm.
And so any future interactions will happen at a mod of +1.
All right.
So yeah, you trade some stories. They're interested in some of the experiences you had as a soldier. Vedran especially is really enthusiastic about tales of combat. He really appreciates the war stories.
All right. Well, I do have a number of those that I can share. Without revealing anything classified, of course.
Anything else anybody wants to get up to on this long car ride?
Read the license plate.
I wonder if Migrant and Scottbot could possibly make my life partially easier, and their life easier as well.
I like how you tried to sell that one by adding us at the end of your thought.
Well, since I am both pilot and astrogator, it would be much easier if we combined my 2 workstations together, which would free up a workstation and make it able to let one of you move over one so you can both
I'm
fit
not patronizing you, but just be honest with us. That's going to take you further than... I bet that this is just going to be great for me and everyone else. Just make it about you.
I admitted it right from the start. It's all about me. It's just, it also benefits you. It makes my life easier, but you get the added benefit.
Work, and that's not a benefit. No, I'm just...
You get to work with Scottbot.
Maybe I need a spoiler alert
I'm assuming.
Here. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So we're...
It's just nothing worth
You're right.
your head
so
over.
We're going to... you just slip me a 5 or something under the table. We're going to go ahead and put your consoles together since we're still on this trip.
Yeah, combine pilot and astrogation into one. And then that would allow this one to be shifted over a little bit as well. That way,
the one thing you will have to deal with, though, is I only have orange and yellow connecting cables for both power and data. And if he's color challenged, he'll just have to live with it.
Cut the blue wire. But they're orange and yellow.
What was it?
That's right.
Star Trek. They're all blue.
Yes. Right. Yeah. Okay. So does that kind of time frame? I was thinking I could probably do that in half a day, Brian.
Rerouting 2 consoles to or two jobs into one console, probably a little bit longer than half a day. But I will let you make your choice of an electronics or computer role to make this happen.
Okay.
And Scottbot can help, right? As he knows computers.
Yes, he can help, but since he doesn't have any actual stats, It's all going to be up to John's die roll.
Okay. Did you say 2D on
let's
electronics?
make it 3D. This is not a
3D.
But can Scott's help lower to
All
D?
right. If we can. Okay, but if we go to 4D, can he smell what I'm doing?
If you want to make it a 4D roll, then you could get the detachable console that Roxor was talking about.
You know what? Next go round.
It's a good choice not to try that because that was barely successful.
Yes! That's what I told you! Okay, wait a minute. That's your nickname, dude. Dave, your nickname is Rock. Since you're Roxor, that would be, can you smell what the Grant is cooking or wiring?
Well, if you can smell what the migrant is wiring, he probably wired it wrong.
So let the smoke out.
No, it's because I had some of the chef's beans.
No, that's just
For
how you
breakfast.
refuel. That's just how you refuel the ship, man. Just give it all that gas.
Well, yeah.
Well, that's why he went the orange and yellow wires, because they're orange and lemon scented.
Yes, that is it.
Oh, is that how that works?
That's exactly
Oh.
it.
And never forget,
Uh-huh.
the fruit
Yep.
came before the color.
Mm-hmm.
The color is named after the fruit.
I did not know that.
Mhm. It was red-yellow was the original name for orange.
Well, Sapir-Whorf hypothesis. Until somebody gave it a name, it doesn't exist.
Okay, I'll need to get back to you on that, Greg. I don't doubt you. I'm not doubting you. It's just my brain hurts now.
All right. So during the course of this this process, you discover that there are some wiring problems in that pilot's console, and it's probably just as well you pulled it apart because you have a feeling that during extreme maneuvers, it would disconnect itself and have to reboot. Quite likely during the middle of combat, the pilot's console would just stop working.
And then
But you think it's better now.
Good. So this actually was even more beneficial.
However, in cramming the two systems together, you had to slightly compromise the effectiveness of the pilot's console. So let's see. I am reducing. I'll figure that out later, rather than taking up airtime for it. But the quality of the pilot's console has been downgraded one level, and the navigator console no longer exists.
Okay. So I really didn't give Jace all of the benefits that he wanted. That's what you're saying.
The overall benefit is probably good. It's not quite as much fun to fly anymore, but it's now easier to navigate, and you no longer poke him in the shoulder with your elbow whenever you're trying to operate the laser turret.
And it's
okay.
kind of like, I can sit here and I can control the ship while deciding where it needs to go, instead of having to kind of put the ship in a straight line, step over to the side, figure out where we need to go, and then step back to make sure it's still in a straight line, and then angle it the proper direction.
Now, what you should have done is put the navigator's console on like the extreme opposite end of the ship, and then get a rolly chair so that in the middle of the scene, you like push yourself over and you roll across the bridge to get to the other console.
I am seeing that in the motion picture we're going to make. That will be classic.
It's like, okay, I need to fix where we're going. I'll be back in a little bit, guys. Whoosh. Roll right out the door. And we have a 2-second Jacob.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
I can hear you.
Oh, are y'all playing
Yes.
Decorators and Doorknobs, the interior decorating RPG?
Yes.
I was going to start singing Deck the Halls, but I decided not
Deck
to.
the Space Halls.
That's right.
Hey, just be happy I didn't need to have engineering wired in up here, too.
Okay, good point.
Though you might want to wire engineering into your console.
Did we get a new ship?
This is the ship we had last time. This is the one we had after the pinnace.
Oh, okay.
Don't we all
Everybody's-
remember the pinnace from 2 weeks ago?
Yes, Greg, we do.
Is everybody still alive?
Yes, we
I
remember.
remember.
Well, everybody but you.
Well, the day's not over yet.
Oh, that's normal.
I can at least catch you up on the little bit of experience that you've got here.
Yes, please.
Now
please
we
tell
can
him,
do
Brian.
this paragraph again. So you spent some time poking around in the rather cramped medical bay. The equipment is well made, but the UX design on the console is awful. Like all of the text is in italics with no hinting. So after an hour of looking at it, you have to prescribe yourself some painkillers for the headache. And it takes like way more button presses to get anything done than is really reasonable. And they really shouldn't put the buttons to dispense sedatives and stimulants right next to each other. It's all kinds of things like that. You feel like just doing things, by memory might be better than relying on this console sometimes. The upshot of it is fairly well made, so it's not going to break down on you, but you kind of wish it would. If you use the medical console, it gives you a -5 to your medic rolls.
Oh, that's pretty bad. Okay.
That's how they make sure only the strong survive.
On the other hand, there are some things that you're going to have to use it for. I mean, if you need to do surgery, you can't dispense the anesthetics on your own. You have to use the console.
Okay.
Just don't use it to do stitches.
Why not?
-5.
Oh,
Although with your medic skill, that probably wouldn't make any difference.
actually, yeah. I can perform surgery with one arm. Also, the token for migrant, is that Fabio or the guy from Highlander?
No, it's the guy from Renegade.
Lorenzo Lamas.
Yeah. Thank you for asking.
Movie?
Yeah, it was a TV show in the 90s.
It's really easy to tell it's not Fabio, though. There's no goose.
That was really unfair, Greg. He was my
He's
hero.
only
at
a
one
goose
time.
if he's on a roller coaster.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Is that why you're growing the hair long again?
Me?
Yeah.
No, it's because I'm lazy.
But sadly, it sounds like I need to bounce. I am sorry.
That's all right. It happens.
Yes,
Yeah.
but now you have a Jacob to replace me to hear all of his great tales of his new washer.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go ahead and move you into now that the pilot's gone. Move you back into regular space in the outer reaches of Lousy, which I have not prepped very much for because I didn't think you'd make it this far.
Oh, this should be fun.
Of all the lousy luck.
All the lousy luck. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and open up the. There's not very much information on it either.
Now I'm worried. If we weren't supposed to get this far, that either means we got lucky or we missed something that we should have done.
Well, no, I just figured I kind of expected you to be a little stealthy coming into Menorb and have to land outside of the spaceport and therefore scoop your own fuel from the ice fields, which would have kept you on the planet for longer and had some stuff happening. But since you just stuck around the spaceport and got off planet as fast as you could, then none of the things that I thought might happen had an opportunity to happen.
Yeah, it's still considered a stealth mission if we're too fast for them to catch us.
Yep. We're just winging it anyway.
Me too.
Yay! So what is the remind me again, Brian? What's the draw to someone wanting to either get marooned or crash or visit Lousy?
Lousy is exactly what it says on the tin. It is. Let's see, where's the map again?
They're the worm capital of the galaxy.
It has a diameter of only 6,400 kilometers. This does not make any sense, but it has a population of tens of billions. I think somebody didn't follow the rules when they were generating this world. Let's say that population is not all on the planet, but it's scattered around through the whole system.
Oh wow! Okay.
So it's got a sizable planetoid belt, and so a lot of the population is scattered in orbital habitats and mining colonies out in the belt. There's a couple of orbital stations around the gas giant that harvest fuel, and right, there are random single family houses floating through the system. The equivalent of trailer parks. They just kind of link up.
Different asteroids have bigger neighborhoods.
Right.
Mm.
And you don't want to see what happens when a space tornado comes through.
Yeah.
So this is effectively, the slums of the Spinward Marches.
Okay.
From a stealth perspective, would it be better for us to go to one of the floating space stations instead of the planet?
Well, it might, because the world government itself, if you actually go down to Lousy, it's very very regimented right now. There's several megacorps that have kind of divided it amongst themselves, and they do a lot of mining. They're essentially extracting the planetary core. Because they have so much mining interest in the area, they've gone ahead and spread out into the asteroid belt, and so it's very much a kind of a low income and yet spacefaring society. Make it lousy. I'm not going to violate somebody else's IP. I was about to, but
What?
You need to type it in really quick. So.
Well, I was going to just go ahead and co-opt the megacorps from the game Independence War 2, because this is really reminding me of that society.
Oh, I still haven't seen that. Is it good?
Well, it's like 30 years old now.
Wait, Independence Day 2?
No, Independence War 2.
Oh,
it's a video game.
Oh, okay. I don't care then. I mean.
It's a really good game. It's a space piracy simulator with Newtonian physics. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, rather than borrowing their megacorp names, I will decline to violate their IP.
McDonald's and Coca-Cola. Okay.
Right. Yeah. We'll violate real IPs that were going to come after us and sue us instead.
Yeah, you go through the drive-thru and ask for a lousy meal.
Right.
Oh, Dave, come on, man.
The really unfortunate thing is the mascot.
It's a louse.
It's a louse.
Oh, my word.
Real appetizing. You can see why they don't make a lot of money here.
It's actually a mega louse. All right, so instead of the planet, we'll go ahead and stop at one of the orbiting space stations.
Yep.
Yeah, and I want to ask Roxor, just, Roxor, have you told us that you are being summoned?
No, I didn't mention that.
Okay.
But I would like to, at some point, find passage for myself back to my planet of Enemy, and promote one of you to the captain.
Well, it sounds like Jace has already claimed the hat, so.
Yeah. And he already licked my chair. I don't want to sit in it anymore.
That's
All right, so it takes you a few days to get far enough in system to find some place that you can dock up and refuel.
Mm-hmm.
And you find this. It's kind of the equivalent of a mom and pop's truck shop. It's got facilities to do minor repairs, mostly on interplanetary ships, not jump capable stuff.
Yeah.
Getting the lay of the land, you come to learn that there's not really a whole lot of services available for free traders. There is a starport, but it is completely dominated by the megacorps, and nobody else is allowed to use it.
Oh, okay.
However, there are occasional tramp freighters that come through, and there happens to be one right now. We'll say the Empress Marchesa is in port, is in the system and is doing some speculating in the area, and she's actually got some fairly nice facilities. So if you wanted to get a ticket out on her, they'd be willing to take you where you want to go.
Yeah, I think I'd like to do that after squaring away things here with the rest of my crew. I'm not going to leave them high and dry if possible. Make sure they're all ready to carry on in my absence.
Side note: one of the intro adventures for Mongoose Travelers entitled High and Dry.
Nice.
I thought about running it, but you went a totally different direction, so it didn't fit.
I will see if Kislaine would like to travel along with me, if that would be okay with them. I'm not sure which of the two ships is going to go a little bit closer to his homeworld. It sounds like it's going to take him, a good 6 months to a year to make his way home.
Yeah, and looking at the star charts, he says, yes, the ship you are taking is going my direction. I will accompany you. Besides, there is
taking on an extra.
no one left here who I would be able to speak to anyway.
That is a very good point. So I will talk to the freighter folks, see if they are able to accommodate an Aslan.
Yep, it's no problem for them. They can get whatever life support supplies that they need here. So
Okay,
that is perfectly fine.
All right.
Do you want to leave any resources with the rest of the group?
Right. I'm going to say, and we already have like a month's worth of food for him that he had got at the last port. Yeah, I'm going to give each of my PC crewmates 5,000 credits.
Okay.
Wow, thank you.
Yeah, for him, that's just like a tip.
Okay.
Oh, here, look, I got 1,000 credits stuck to the bottom of my shoe. You want it?
Yeah.
Nice.
So I'll hop on the Marchesa with my personal bodyguard here, Kislaine.
All right.
And depending on who we run into, he might introduce me as his translator instead.
You make back that 5,000 credits on translation fees.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and call it here, actually, because I didn't have any plans for Lousy. Well, actually, we do still have one trader, and now you've got a little bit of seed cash. Do you want to try and pick up any cargo here, Kazuna?
I would, but I kind of want to play it out and get the lay of the land first.
All right.
So I don't know if we want to do that now or later.
Well, it might take me a little bit of rolling to come up with appropriate cargoes anyway.
Yeah.
But we can have you make an average trader roll
All right.
to find out how many I have to generate.
Maybe nothing. Almighty. Mental skills are quite bad. There you go.
1. All right. So that will be easy for me. I only have to do 1.
Marginal successes. We love them.
Yes.
It was never your strong suit on the merchant line.
Indeed. Thank you for that parting shot.
Oh dear. I will try to come up with something interesting to happen next time. We will miss you, Dave.
Indeed.
Yes.
It's been fun playing with you guys, and when my contract term is over, I'll see about maybe joining back up.
Please do.
All right.
Please do.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah. We can definitely use Roxor's competence once again. And you, of course.
Yeah.
And just using you for your edu score.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening. This has been Hard Traveling Geeks, presented by Geek at Arms. As always, you can find more actual play experiences and episodes of the Geek at Arms podcast at geekatarms.com.